Huawei is once again making headlines in the tech world, and this time, it's all about RAM memory, to be specific. A fresh leak suggests that Huawei could soon launch its first smartphone with a massive 20 gigabytes of RAM, marking a big leap forward in its mobile performance capabilities. This rumor comes from a well-known tipster, Digital Chat Station, who claims that Huawei is currently preparing its second flagship lineup of 2025, and this new lineup will feature ultra-large memory configurations. If this turns out to be true, Huawei will officially join the race of ultra-premium phones, delivering performance that could rival even the most powerful Android devices available today. While the name of the smartphone series wasn't directly mentioned, it's widely believed that this leak is referring to the Huawei Mate 80 series. The Mate 80 lineup is reportedly in development and is expected to launch by the end of 2025. And yes, the star feature could be 20 gigabytes of RAM first for Huawei. To put that into perspective, RAM or random access memory plays a key role in your phone's performance. It stores temporary data and keeps your apps and tasks running smoothly in the background. In simple words, more RAM means better multitasking, faster app launches, and an overall smoother experience, especially when dealing with heavy apps, games, or AI features. So far, Huawei has only gone as high as 16 gigabytes of RAM in its devices. That's already quite good, but this new 20 gigabytes variant would take things to the next level. In fact, it could help enhance the AI capabilities of Huawei phones, making them smarter and more responsive than ever before. And for those wondering, Huawei won't be the first to reach this milestone. Brands like OnePlus have already released smartphones with up to 24 gigabytes of RAM, so Huawei is playing catch-up in a way. But for Huawei users, this would still be a major upgrade and a sign that the company is pushing forward, even without Google services and under heavy market restrictions. What makes this leak even more exciting is that it's not just about memory. The tipster also mentioned that Huawei is testing a new chip packaging technology for its next-generation devices. This suggests we might see a completely new chipset, or at least a major 5G performance upgrade in the Mate 80 series. If true, this would mean faster data speeds, better power efficiency, and potentially more advanced AI processing. With Huawei working hard to develop its own in-house chips after US trade restrictions, any new chip design could be a game-changer for the company. However, it's important to note that all of this is still based on leaks and rumors. Nothing has been confirmed by Huawei yet, and the final specs could change depending on the company's strategy. So for now, take this information with a grain of salt. But if Huawei really does launch a phone with 20 gigabytes of RAM and an upgraded chip by the end of the year, it could seriously shake up the smartphone market. In summary, here's what we know so far. Huawei may launch its first ever 20 gigabytes RAM smartphone. Later this year, the device is likely part of the Huawei Mate 80 series, expected by end of 2025. This would be a big jump from the company's current maximum of 16 gigabytes RAM. More RAM means better multitasking, gaming, and AI performance. Huawei is also said to be testing a new chip packaging technology, hinting at a possible 5G chipset upgrade. These features could place Huawei's Mate 80 series among the top flagship smartphones of the year. If Huawei pulls this off, it won't just be a hardware upgrade. It could signal the start of a new era in Huawei's smartphone journey, especially after facing so many global challenges. The company seems ready to fight back with bold innovation, and the Mate 80 series might just be the next big step. We'll be keeping an eye on all developments regarding the Mate 80 and Huawei's rumored 20 gigabytes RAM smartphone. Make sure to stay tuned for more updates as we move closer to the official announcement. Until then, let us know in the comments, would you buy a Huawei phone with 20 gigabytes of RAM? Or do you think that's just overkill? Thanks for watching, and don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more tech updates.